I wanted to make an update video for this channel because like I've not been updating this channel for 4 months, and my last video had a whopping 9 views. Amazing. In my hiatus of 4 months, I've been dabbling in 3D design using the software called Blender. You might have heard of it, and you might have installed it at some point of your life, and you see the interface, you're like, what the fuck is this interface? I'm not used to it. I'm used to Illustrator, I'm used to Photoshop, all those user-friendly interfaces. Blender, on the other hand, is not easy to use. It is really intimidating when you get to the starting point. There's no tutorials, unlike Adobe's like system. I struggled through it like for 4 months, but of all those adversities that I have faced learning 3D, it actually paid off very well. I thought I couldn't get any better with my illustration and graphic design skills, but 3D it amplified it to such a high level. I just want to encourage 2D designers, and you want to go to the next level, study 3D, learn Blender. It's free, why not? Don't go and torrent Cinema 4D, you might get caught by the FBI. Yeah, use Blender. You might remember discovering mockups in Photoshop, and you discover like how to make smart objects, how to combine, like, okay, let's say you have a branding project, and then you just discovered mockup templates online, and you're just like really surprised by the amount of improvement that just shading and lighting works on your design. When you only see your works on Illustrator, it's just flat, it has no depth, it doesn't give your design the oomph. But in a 3D space, let's say you have a shop design mockup, it makes it far more believable. It is just going to make it more interesting, it's just going to make it more believable, and most importantly, it's going to make you and your works more valuable. So yeah, your works will improve with 3D. The second part is the ability to make whatever you want, and that is useful in the context of being a designer. There is no freaking way that you will ever find a mockup in Shutterstock of something that is specific to your project. Like, you need to make something, let's say like a vending machine with some sort of special feature, like, okay, let's say like an LCD screen that displays whatever you want it to display as an entertainment feature. You will never find that anywhere. Something that doesn't exist in the world will never be found on these open source royalty-free images, but you can make them yourself. Imagine how powerful you can be. Before I learned 3D, I was doing shop mockups, literal shop mockups. In Photoshop, I had to learn how to draw realistically. I had to learn how to do lighting for like semi 3D in a 2D space like Photoshop, and I had to draw the shops myself. So this is the floor, this is the walls, these are the products. It is painful. The worst thing is that it is only one frame. You cannot move it around, you cannot, in 3D space you have a camera where you can explore the shop. The shop mockup that I did in Photoshop is only one frame. In 3D, you can make the shop, you can freaking walk around the shop, do a little crazy animation, and it just looks way better. Yeah, it will just make you more valuable, because let's say you have clients that has a brick and mortar store, and they want you to redesign their shop's identity system. You can offer them to do in their interiors for them as well, since you know 3D, and you have, as a designer, knowing signages, wayfinders, and how customers react to signages, and how the behaviors of how they buy and how they find products. You literally like craft their whole entire experience and shopping experience. It just makes you more valuable in that sense. If you want to do like a whole rebrand, you can do the shops, you can do the furniture, you can do the interiors, you can do the buildings, you can do friggin' buildings. It will never cross your mind to do a building in Photoshop because you just don't have that ability. If you're in advertising, you can make the freaking on-grounds yourself. You don't have to hire a 3D renderer to do your crazy little thing. If you're an in-house designer in an advertising agency, your boss will never have time to allocate a 3D renderer to work on the things that you have to come up with. Like, let's say you are the person that comes up with ideas. They will never give you the money to do that. However, if you know how to do it yourself, you can freaking make mockups like freaking hell, and you just have a better visual than them, considering that it is just the idea stage. So that is why I want to encourage graphic designers to dabble in 3D. It is an amazing but difficult experience, but adversity is the way to go if you want to improve and level up your skills as a person who crafts images. Let me recap the benefits to you. Number 1, your visuals will be fucking amazing. Number 2, you will be able to create anything that has never existed in the world ever. Number 3, you will be more valuable, either in your company or in the eyes of your clients, because you have another skill that you can offer. So let me summarize to you guys about my experience using 3D. So I did 2 things mainly with 3D. You can follow me on Radiant Renders on Instagram. I do weird animations, like I explore like the capabilities of 3D rendering, and I also do rebrandings, new packaging designs. Yeah, just labels, logos and labels, but in a 3D space in which you can move around the object. Like, to me, that is one of the most useful things that I can have as a graphic designer. So yeah, dabble into 3D. Use Blender, use anything. If you can afford it, use Cinema 4D or Houdini. So yeah, do 3D, guys.